morning. It's 7:10 on Monday, and I'm on my way to school. I vlogged a little bit yesterday, like a very teeny tiny bit, but just decided to give myself a break and not edit it, even though it wouldn't have taken that long, just to give myself a break. And I will say I felt much more rested by the end of the day just by not doing that. So I will probably include the footage from yesterday somewhere in this vlog if I haven't done so already. And that might be what I try and do, like, you know, allow myself to scale back in terms of how much footage I collect on the weekends, and maybe even just take the Sunday footage and put it with Monday's video, since it's not a whole lot of footage and I'm not really like talking anyway. So but yeah, yesterday was nice. I did some work. I felt like it. And I just ended up going to Starbucks. I had breakfast. I woke up, put my laundry away, put my clothes for the next day, which is what I'm wearing today. Did a quick little 20-minute Peloton class, did a 15-minute stretch that helped. Read pieces of Exodus from the Bible. I know I just finished reading about all the plagues, the frogs, the gnats, the darkness. And even with that, I think that if I were to be totally honest, just sitting and reading the Bible, depending on what you're reading about and depending on what you're reading, can feel like a chore. And I feel really guilty saying that, but some of it's really dry. And so I think even the rules that I was setting for myself with that was making it so that I wasn't doing as much. And so I was trying to get a week's worth of reading done in one day based on the recommendations from these books I'm following, which sometimes is a lot of reading, a lot of dense reading that you don't always understand. And so then I had to have a realization of, like, why do I feel like I have to follow this plan? I don't necessarily feel this urgent need to read the whole Bible in a year, and that's how this is designed. So I think what I'm doing is just kind of deciding how much I want to read today or how long I want to read, and just letting that be it and not feeling like I'm doing something wrong. As you can see, it's like a common theme of my personality is like I am very planned. Like almost everything that I do has to have like very specific plans in place or boundaries, which again has served me well in some ways, but can also be a disservice to me by causing me to stress myself out over something I really don't need to be stressing about, or I really shouldn't be stressing about. So I read a little bit of the Bible, and then the rest of the day I just worked on school stuff, watched Sex and the City. I've just decided to start that all over again sometimes when I just want to feel like I'm not the only single person in the world, or that being single is actually quite normal. I'll watch that. And so I'm on season 1. I think I'm almost done with season 1. Plus, I think there's another movie coming out. So I feel like I need to revisit my friends before that movie comes out. I don't even know when the movie's coming out, but that's how I spent my Sunday. I had leftovers, didn't have to cook, which was nice. This week is conference week, so I feel like the check-ins may be very spotty and sporadic because there may be days where like I'm going into a conference pretty much right after school and not really having a whole lot of time in between. So my apologies in advance, but I have one. The first one is at 7:30, so in about 15 minutes. I don't even know, because the student was with Miss Lawrence or with Taylor on Friday during the block of time that we had scheduled for them to practice. So I don't know if he was done, and I don't know if he actually practiced. So this will be interesting just because it's the first student-led conference we're doing, and I don't know how prepared the student is. So, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say for right now. And as far as what we're doing in class, I'm not doing an article of the week this week because the days are shortened. So I won't be doing that with social studies, and I am feeling confident that we are going to finish the monkey's paw this week. And when I really realized that we've only been in school for about 6 weeks, I'm not really that far behind, because the first week or so, we weren't really even jumping into study sync. So in fact, we might actually be on schedule. So that's a mental goal that I have for the week. And if I don't make it, it's fine, because I saw a teacher post something on Instagram not too long ago, or like Friday. I think it was teaching with Miss T or teaching with Miss X. I forget what the actual name is, but she's someone that I feel like has it together and respect like what she's doing in the classroom. And she was saying she realized that she had gotten to a place where she was just so focused on finishing something and not really taking the time to make sure she was doing it well. So I know I'm not the only one that's like struggling with time and pacing and the debate of, do I do it really well or do I just get it done? So if I don't finish, we'll be okay. But I'm at school now. I need to get ready for this conference, so I will see you guys later. Well, update, the first conference has gone horribly, or went horribly. Not because of the student, but because tech issues with Zoom. I can't get on to Zoom. I'm currently on my prep period trying to figure out what the issue is. Like, it just isn't letting me in, and I needed to be in there so that the student had access to their slides, because they were conducting their conference from their car. So they had to kind of go off of memory as to what they put down. And I currently don't know why Zoom is giving me the issue that it's giving me, but I know that I'm annoyed. I do know that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on right now. I've let the tech guy know, and he's gonna come over when he can. My current strategy is I just shut everything down on my computer, and I am now getting ready to try again. What I don't like is that when I'm opening up things on this main computer here, it is popping over here, which I don't think is supposed to be what happens. Like, my understanding is this monitor, this new monitor, is my main screen, and this is just like a display. So it's 8:28 and I'm in a mood thanks to the tech issues that I'm experiencing. So it's Monday. It's 1:23, and when I say it's been a Monday, it's just been a Monday. I can't necessarily say that things got exponentially better after I checked in with you guys this morning, reporting that my first student-led conference didn't go well for me, at least, or for both of us, because my tech or my Zoom wasn't working. I think I have it working now, so that's good. But then after that, my first class, they were just off. Just off. Like, they just weren't themselves. And they were like dead. Basically, everybody was just experiencing a Monday is what was going on. It was Monday. It felt like a Monday. We were all behaving like it was in fact a Monday. And so luckily, by the time lunch came, I found out that I was not the only person experiencing a Monday on a Monday, because Taylor literally felt the same way. Like, by the time lunch came, like, our nerves were shot. I think just from just random things going on. And then we had a handful of parents that didn't realize that the conference sign up had gone out already. So then they were scrambling trying to get a time, but then by that point, all the slots were filled in, so they really couldn't get that. And then just the frustration of, like, we sent this out a couple weeks ago and now all the slots are, you know, filled because they've been filled. So we definitely had some chocolate at lunch, and I told Taylor something miraculous really needs to happen to me today to make up for all the craziness that has occurred. I almost feel like I deserve to eat something that I have no business eating. And I know that I can't soothe all my emotions with food, but I just feel like something's gotta give. So, yeah, it's been a Monday. And I'm hoping that these conferences that are about to occur go smoothly. because I really need that to happen. And I don't know where all my windows just went. Speaking of which, let me leave now because all my windows just shut themselves down. Like no one and no thing wants to work appropriately for me today on this Monday. So I'm checking in to say it's still Monday. And Monday is being Monday. And so hopefully the next time I see you, I will have better news to report. Something will have gone right for me by that point. Let's hope.
I wish you could have captured the moment when you realize that you're falling.
There's Taylor, everybody, on Zoom. And Taylor has had the same day I've had. Before conferences in the afternoon started, we spent a significant amount of time just trying to figure out why Zoom wasn't working. Our first conference, it worked. And then I had the nerve to touch my webcam to adjust it. And then that disconnected everything. Then I successfully logged back on and Taylor was talking, and I just could not hear her. And she logged out and logged back in, and I logged out and logged back in, and then I had this epiphany. Do you want to tell them what my epiphany was?
After multiple FaceTime calls, you were like, it's so weird, I don't understand why I can't hear you. You were like, I had my volume all the way. So but it wasn't, but it was just the volume.
All the way down. And the sad part is I have no recollection of even turning the volume down. Like at what point in the conference did I say, I don't want to hear anybody, and I'm turning this all the way down. And when I say it had to have been a good 15 minutes of like, can you hear me? Taylor, can you hear me?
Remember logging in
and out. Shutting down my whole computer. And suddenly the Lord said, Latanya, have you checked the volume on your computer? And I had it. And that
like, can you hear me now?
So with that, we're gonna start our last conference of the day, and we're just tomorrow's gonna be better. Because it can't get any worse. And in the meantime, we've also had parents asking where the link for the Zoom meeting is. Despite the fact that it's on the Sign Up Genius. All right. Say bye, Taylor.
Bye.
I'm getting ready to go home now. It is 5:16 and the day is done as far as I'm concerned. I need a napkin also. So it was a Monday, as I've said multiple times in this vlog, and we're gonna hope that tomorrow's a better day. In terms of teaching though, I don't feel like, I think I mentioned on the way to school what the plan was, and we got started on identifying the theme in my homeroom class for the monkey's paw, but didn't really get to touch on that in my switch class because they are slightly behind. And that's what we're gonna continue tomorrow. So I'm gonna have them work in groups. I gave them the reference sheet in homeroom that had like a list of universal themes, and they were pretty unanimous in deciding what they thought the theme of the monkey's paw was based on the options they were provided on that worksheet. And so I really told them, like, when we look at the Study Sync video, Study Sync says the theme is something like don't tempt fate or something along those lines. And I said, and that's a great theme and that is accurate, but to get us started, because this is not always something that kids can identify really easily, sometimes less is more. So let's just stick to a one word theme for right now. And as we get more sophisticated with identifying theme, then we can get a little bit more fancy and use like statements as themes as opposed to just like a word like greed, love, friendship, or whatever the case may be. So tomorrow in homeroom, they will work in groups to identify text evidence, and then I told them that they will be able to use that text evidence on their close read response, which they will be doing independently. So that is going to be the focus of tomorrow. We actually got to read a little bit of All Your Twisted Secrets. I still have to get used to this double screen thing in my homeroom class. And then switch class went by really quickly. And the day was over, and then we were doing conferences. Aside from all the technical issues, I feel like once we got everything straightened out, the student-led conferences are going well so far. I think the parents are appreciative of being able to see, like physically see some of the work their kids are doing and then hear their kids explain it. There have been some presentations that were not completed or scant. One conference the student didn't attend for whatever reason. It looked like the mom was at work, so that didn't look like it would be feasible. And I am trying to grade them as they present. So I know I graded all the students in my homeroom class that had a conference today, and their grade is really based on their effort, like the explanations they gave, like whether or not there was like a severe amount of grammatical errors, and that's it. And there's only one student so far that I didn't give full credit to because it was just like the responses were pretty vague. And I had another student today where I was looking over his responses as he was practicing, and they're really vague. And I just told him, like, you know, if you present and this is all that you're presenting, I or Miss Lawrence is just going to ask you to elaborate, because your answers or what you're saying right now is so vague that even I'm like, what do you mean by that? And I was here with you doing some of those assignments. So that's how the day went. And I now need to go home. I need to cook. I have leftovers, but I need to cook because I go to Orange Theory tomorrow. And I don't like to cook after that, although I might just cut myself a break. What time am I done tomorrow? I'm done at like 4. I don't know. I really don't feel like cooking after a day like today. Because I do have, no, I have to cook because then I won't have lunch. I was gonna say I do have one more round of leftovers, but if I eat that, then I wouldn't have lunch to eat tomorrow. So with all of that, I'm going to end the vlog here. If you enjoyed today's vlog, please give it a thumbs up. If you had just the Mondayest of Mondays, please let me know that I'm not the only one that was just like, what is going on today? If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please head over there and follow me at Smarty Style. And as always, I hope that you guys are, I hope that you guys are well. And if you're not well, please be well. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a better Tuesday.